What's up, hunters? So, we've got a new Dread report. Now, here's the deal. This Dread report is only out in Japanese right now, because it is currently 6:19 in the morning here. I had just gotten off stream and gotten settled from doing fusion randomizers earlier. So, races specifically. If you'd like to watch that, of course, feel free to check my Twitch. But outside of that, there's not a lot of new information in this new Dread report. This new Dread report here is honestly just kind of recapping everything that we've been given so far. It's definitely geared towards newcomers. I went ahead and looked over it a bit to see if there was really any new information that we can tell of based off these Google Translate. Because yeah, Google Translate. That's all I need to say, right? But yeah, it is basically just kind of going over controls, stuff like that. So we've seen kind of a few things, like an image of the controls from the recent hands-on that a lot of people got to do for that were press events and stuff in the UK, of course, here in New York, or not here in New York, because I'm nowhere near New York. I don't doubt y'all can tell by my accent. But basically going into it, it just kind of lets you know that there's a recap if you want to go back to look at the story to understand what's going on in the series and you haven't ever played it before. They go over the controls a bit. So like left stick allows you to move around. Y allows you to shoot. R allows you to shoot missiles if you press Y afterwards. B allows you to jump. Then, of course, you can slide with L and ZL. Also, as you're running, you press ZL and you'll slide. X allows you to melee counter. Left stick in a direction plus X gives you dash melee. The left stick plus left trigger. I'm guessing holding left trigger specifically. Allows you to stay in one spot and 360 aim while moving the left stick. And then I'm guessing this is supposed to say something about you jump, press away from the wall, press B, and you jump again. That's what it's looking like. Now, granted, there's not a hard confirmation of that. It could just be you press into the wall, but I'd assume it would be press away from the wall to do it. There's not a lot of big information else in here, but there is one thing down towards the very bottom I'd like to look at. It does also let us know that anytime you melee counter something, which has also been talked about in the hands-on reviews that have been getting dropped lately, or previews, not reviews, that you get more, recovery items and stuff like that, more ammo whenever you counter. It also mentions how you go through the map, pressing start to pull up the map, Y while hovering over an icon to highlight all those and lock them in place. Flashing, gives us an item. Or it tells you there's an item there, not necessarily gives us an item. And of course, map stations allow you to see the general shape of the area. Doesn't reveal anything, but is also a save point. So again, something else that they've pretty well already gone over. They talk about some of the blocks, like the breakable blocks, the missile blocks, the beam doors, the charge beam doors, and the communication rooms working as a safe facility as well. And that a lot of the exploration is going to open up by destroying things. And oh yeah. Yep, I gotta say, I really do love that, because I love Metroid, and I like destroying things in Metroid, so when I can destroy the world and change it as I go, that feels very Fusion, first of all, because a lot of that kind of stuff happens in Fusion, spoiler alert. I'm not gonna say what, though. I guess that's a spoiler. Well, I don't know nowadays. But it definitely is, typical of Metroid anyways. You blow up blocks to get somewhere. They kind of go over the EMMI a little bit more again. And this section is kind of what's important, not necessarily what's here at the top. We've gotten the images of the Mega Cannon and how it functions, and it'll chase you and it can counter. Now, it kind of goes into it right here, talking about the counter itself. But another thing that was mentioned in like the previews that a lot of these different people have gotten to get their hands on and play Dread, yesterday, the day before, I'm not even sure at this point. Yeah, the day before, I think, is this right here. If you get caught by an EMMI, you will be killed in a single blow. But that does not mean you cannot dodge the attack. There is a moment when the EMMI shines and the melee counter is effective, albeit only for a moment. However, the timing is different each time, and if you hit the button repeatedly, the counter will not activate. So try pressing the X button when you think still. The timing is pretty tough, but it's important not to give up until the end. So, A, they're encouraging you to learn how to counter them, and B, to get good at it. To be completely honest. And I love this because in the previews that I've seen of people talking about it that were able to counter the EMMI, they did say that had happened. Like sometimes they would grab them and immediately it'd be the flash and attack. They're dead. Almost no reaction time. While other times it was like the EMMI waited for them to take the button, hit the button, and then it got them. And other times they were able to do it successfully. So this right here is friggin' amazing. And it definitely has me excited. And of course it shows off Metroid Dread Volume 10. Later on today, when the English version comes out, I will double check it to see if there's anything different. I will put the link to this in the description down below. There we go. Outside of that, I would like to remind y'all, if we can hit the 750 goal for Twitch, then we will be doing a giveaway on October 8th for Samus Returns Collector's Edition box, and of course a 4-inch figure set for Metroid Prime, which has Phazon, Gravity, and Varia suits in it. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. Outside of that, feel free to join the Discord, and if you have any questions or you just want to talk about random Metroid stuff, feel free to be like, hey, I'm here to talk Metroid, and I'll be like, hey, I already like you. But outside of that, y'all, I do believe I'm going to get off here. This is a message from the developers, so we should see this one here within the next coming days. I'm looking forward to it to see what they actually have to say specifically themselves, whether it be big thank yous, whatever. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give a like, comment, and subscribe down below. On top of that, feel free to let me know what you think. How hard do you think the EMMIs are going to be to counter? Are you excited to see more of explosives and destruction leading the exploration and opening up the world, opposed to just wandering around the world? And I don't know. Tell me what you think of ZDR. What's your favorite creature you've seen so far? Feel free to just talk Metroid to me, whatever you want. But with that said, much love, have fun, keep hunting those Metroids, and I will see you next time.